Hello, this is the TradeSite U.S. Stocks and Futures Market Preview and Domestic Economic Calendar for the rest of the week, beginning Thursday the 24th and ending Friday the 25th of January 2019. As usual, we only look at the market for the rest of the week, so we will not be doing a preview tomorrow night. Most of the week is played out by the time we get to Friday, so I don't see any exceptions for this week. We've been down but we closed pretty much flat for the week. It wasn't a very interesting, or for the session, it wasn't a very interesting session. We'll talk about the economic data that's left for the week, but let's look at the daily charts. Here's the ES front month futures contract. This is the daily chart of the broad market futures form. We are still above the 10 moving average, which is great. But if we break it, we touched it today. If we break it, that would obviously be a big negative, and we came back to the VWAP midpoint. So let's look at the daily charts of everything. Crude oil down 58 cents to 52.43. Gold loses $1.50, but it's been very flat for the last week or two or three. S&P cash up 5 points, which doesn't really matter. The NASDAQ 100 up 11.95, which also doesn't matter. It's still a negative candle because we gapped up and closed down from where we opened. The SOX down 7.41. The biotechs down 26.88. Russell 2000 down 3. The VIX loses 1.28. Trend closes at 1.09. That puts the 10-day moving average exactly at 1, which is not anywhere near a buy or sell signal, so we don't get anything from that. The NASDAQ volume was almost 3 billion shares on the session. That's lower than the last couple of days. The advanced decline ratio on the NASDAQ, negative 27, so basically flat. That means an equal amount of stocks up and down. Same thing on the New York, negative 32, basically flat. Google gains $5.78. Apple up 62 cents. So that's fine. Netflix loses $3.17. Continues to slip. Amazon, after being lower earlier in the day, up $7.85 for the day. Tesla loses $11.33. Facebook down $3.27, closes near the lows of the day. Goldman Sachs was down 78 cents. TLT, the 20-year bond ETF, down 5 cents. The Dow was up 171. That's probably misleading because we don't really look at the Dow, but it probably doesn't mean anything for everybody. Let's look at the intraday action 5-minute chart. So we gapped up, tried to go higher for about 30 minutes, didn't work. Then we sold off, filled the gap in more, and then hit the new lows for the week. Bounced back a bit and closed just slightly positive. Here's the NASDAQ side. Same thing. Gapped up, tried to go higher for 30 minutes, sold off until it filled the gap and more. We got the 13 buy signal on the 5-minute chart, and then we bounced and closed basically even for the session. So it wasn't a very exciting session overall. Not anything I'd hang my hat on. In terms of economic data on Thursday, we've got the unemployment claims, the initial and continuing jobless claims an hour before the bell. Flash manufacturing and services PMI numbers at 9:45 a.m. Eastern Time. CB leading index at 10. Natty gas at 10:30. Crude oil inventories at 11. Remember, because we had the Monday holiday and it was a short week, we've got to move the crude oil inventories to Thursday. Friday, we really don't have anything at all. So that's the rest of the week. This is not an options expiration week. Let's just hope something happens again on Thursday, and we'll go from there. Charts, as usual, brought to you by eSignal. If you've not yet taken a trial of our services, feel free to do so. We will help you out for a couple of weeks. Have a great trading week.